Shall we start now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about yourself.
My name is Ajay Kumar Ojha.
Okay.
I am from Bihar. I am currently pursuing BTech in Computer Science Engineering from RGPV University, Bhopal. And currently I am in sixth semester. And my tech skills is I have good knowledge about Java programming language and OOPS concept and data structures and algorithms. And in database, I know MySQL database. And in backend side, I know just started with a Spring Boot, which is one of the most Java framework. And in front-end side, I have idea about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript and React. So those are the my tech skills. That's it.
Okay. So let's start with the core Java. I'm going to ask you some questions related to the core Java. So if I ask you if you want to rate yourself in the core Java out of 10, how much you can rate yourself?
So 7.
Out of 10, 7. Okay.
Yes.
Tell me, do you have idea about collection?
Yes.
Okay. So in collection, what is the use of comparable and comparator interface?
Comparable and comparable interface. So and it is a it is used for sorting the object.
Okay.
It is used to sort the any object, or we can use the comparable. Comparable is one of the inbuilt interface in Java. Comparable provide the we want to sort a student's object, like we have some students table, students like 100, and I want to sort those students in the basis of students' marks. So we can use the comparable interface to sort it. So these are the work of comparable interface.
Okay. Did you use anywhere?
Yes,
Okay. Tell me, what are the way to handle the exceptions in core Java?
in Java we can handle the exception using try and catch block. So uh, exception is the one of the unexpected, unwanted uh, reasons. So if we can, if we want to handle the exceptions in Java, so we can write the try and catch block.
Okay. So you know about try and catch. What about throw and throws or finally block? What it will do?
It is also the part of the exception handling. If you want to, uh, if I tackle any exception from the front end side, so if you want to throw the exception, then use throw keywords for throw exception.
Okay.
So it will give the error. And if you want to try and catch block, so try and catch block gives some text format like your password is wrong, your anything.
What about finally?
Finally, no, I don't about it.
Okay. Let's suppose in your code having a two types of the exception. Maybe it will throw. And you are going to handle with the try catch block. And exception might be it will throw sometimes array index out of bound exception, or maybe sometimes arithmetic exception, or maybe sometimes it will throw IO exception. And your responsibility is to handle those exceptions. So how you declare your catch block to handle it?
First, I write all the codes in try block, and if it will throw the exception, then we can handle using catch block. And in catch block, we can write uh, our interest-based text.
Okay. So if you handle any exception with the parent class, maybe you written inside the catch exception, or then after you are using any array index or bound exceptions. So do you think it will work?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the use of super keyword in core Java?
Super keyword is used to uh, call call the parent class method and functions. If we can declare to a parent class and child class, and currently I am in child class, and if I want to access the parent class variables and the methods, then we can use super keyword to call the parent class method and access the variables.
Okay. Then what is the use of super parenthesis?
Super parenthesis, I don't know.
Super is a keyword, that is correct. Through that you can
Yes.
invoke any methods or any variables of the super class, that is correct. But what is the use of super parenthesis? We have a super parenthesis also, this parenthesis also, this keyword also. So what is the use of super parenthesis? Do you have idea?
No.
Actually, we are using those to invoke the superclass constructor. If you are in subclass and if you want to call the superclass constructor, then you have to write super parenthesis. Okay. In the same way, if you are using the this parenthesis, then you have to, if you want to call the same class constructor, some other in one from one constructor to another constructor in the same class, then you can use the this parenthesis. Or if you want to call the any variables or method, then you can go with the this keyword. Clear?
Yes.
How many methods are available in object class?
Methods in object class.
And what are those methods, if you know?
In object class,
No idea.
no.
Okay. So in object class, we have 11 methods.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the methods you are using inside your class, like toString, or maybe finally, or maybe wait,
To
notify,
a string dot
notify.
length.
Those are the part of the object class itself. Okay.
Yes.
Let's move to another questions. And do you have idea about what is oops and what are the types of the oops we have and those
Yes.
features? Explain me quickly.
Oops. Oops is stands for object oriented programming
Okay.
system. It is used to organize and make the reusable code. Uh, there are four main pillars of the OOPS, which is encapsulation, polymorphism, abstraction, and inheritance. And those are the features provide to our code reusability. We can make our code optimized. So that feature provide the OOPS concept.
Okay. Do you know what is the Java features?
Java features. Java 8 features.
No, just Java features. Why we are selecting Java? Why
Java.
C++?
So Java is the one of the most popular programming language. It is used various industry, and it is used to we can make desktop applications, web applications, and Android applications. So if I choose any industry, and we can working with Java. So that is the most important feature. And Java is the platform independent language. So we can run the any platform like Mac OS, Windows OS. Java is work.
Okay.
So those are features provide Java.
So Java is more secure, platform independent, robust.
Yes, and we can develop Android application, web applications, and desktop applications also.
Hmm. Those are the features of Java.
Yes,
Okay. Do you know what is the difference between array list or linked list?
yes. So array list is the linear data structures, and it is used. It is store only single type of element in array list, and array list is variable size, and array list have some important and important methods.
Hmm.
If we can store in array list some elements, and if we want to access those elements, so we can quickly access our elements. And in linked list is the also linear data structures, but in linked list is the also variable size, and linked list have some important feature. Uh, we can insert the element in insert and delete the element in vivo of one time complexity, which is very constant time complexity. And in linked list we have two pointers, one of the data, and one is the next element address.
Do you have idea about synchronized keyword?
Synchronized? No, I don't.
Truncate keyword?
No,
Transient keyword?
no.
Okay. Do you know what is thread?
Yes,
What is it?
thread. Thread is the uh, thread is also called multithreading. Multithreading is used to uh, create the multiple thread in our server
Okay.
and our applications, and it makes the uh, very less loading complexity if I created multiple threads in our applications.
How many way we can create a thread in Java? Do you know
I
thread
don't
class, runnable class?
know.
So basically we have a two-way. One is with the help of the thread class itself, we can create an object of the thread. And one is interface, which is runnable. With the help of runnable also, we can create a thread object. And we can utilize the thread concept. Okay.
Yes,
So you have to do some brush up on that core Java part. Whatever
yes,
the things, if you're not aware about it, go through that and try to learn those things. Do you have idea about DSA?
yes.
Why people are learning DSA nowadays?
DSA is the most important for software engineer. DSA is DSA is provide the mind brush up and some logical questions. We DSA is increase your thinking ability and your logical part of thinking and problem solving. So this reason nowadays students are learning DSA.
Okay. So what are the concept which is having in the DSA like linked list, array list, or maybe dynamic programming, graph, tree? So do you try
DSA,
about it?
yes. So DSA is the stands for data structures and algorithm. It is used for organized our data in best way,
Mhm.
and DSA is provide the some data structures like array list, linked list, graph, tree. Those are the format for storing our data in efficient way. And the DSA features, if we use, then we have tackle less complexity and less space complexity.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm going
Yes.
to ask some theory part of the DSA. Okay.
Okay.
So can you tell me like what is the real life use of linked list? Where we are using it?
Like we have a like railway. So railway have mm, multiple boxes, and each boxes are connected to each other, and each boxes has some data, and each boxes have address of the next boxes.
Okay.
So if you want to store our data in this scenario, so we can use linked list.
Okay.
Yes.
Then what is the use of a stack?
Uh, a stack is the dynamic and the linear data structures.
Mhm.
It is working with last in, first out.
Okay.
Uh, if we store in a stack our data in last, then we can access those data in first. Like
Yeah.
we have some book of the stock. If I stock the book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and last book I inserted in last, and if we want to access book, so last book is access first. So if you want to store in this type of data, so we can use stack data structures.
Okay. What is the real world use of tree?
Tree,
In real life, or maybe the software where we are using the tree data structure?
tree data structures like file explorer, our file system.
Okay.
In file system, we have one file and one folder. Inside the folder, we have some other files and some folders. Inside the folder, we have some other file and folder. So those are the features tree.
Okay. Let's suppose you have one binary tree,
Yes.
and those binary tree having a type label.
Okay.
So if I ask you like how many nodes are having those tree, can you tell me?
Yes. So five label now a tree. 10.
How?
And mm, this is calculating for using one formula, which is n into n plus 1 by 2.
Okay.
So 5 into 4 divided by 2, which is 20 by 2, 10.
10 nodes.
Yes,
If you simple way, if you think like you have a first level. In first level, maybe it's we are starting with the 0 level, right? Or first
yes,
level,
0th level.
0 level. So in 0 level, we have a 1 node. If you go
Yes,
to the second level, like 1 level, so how many nodes we got? 3.
3,
If you go to the third level, how many nodes we got? 4.
7.
Yeah, 3, 4, 7. If you
Yes,
go to the fourth level, how many nodes we have?
7.
Now 8. 8 plus 7,
Yes, 15.
15. Next level, we got 16 nodes.
Yes,
Then how much?
31.
Yeah. So some mathematically also you have to remember correct formula, like how to find out the number of the nodes also. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah. Tell me like how we are traversing or what are the way we have to traverse the binary tree or like what are the other searching algorithms we have.
in binary tree, we can traverse using in-order traversal and pre-order traversal and post-order traversal and also label order traversal. And in searching, we can use linear search using pre-order, in-order, post-order. And yeah,
Do you know what is DFS?
yes,
What is it?
DFS, DFS is the depth first search. It is the one of the searching algorithms. It is used in graph data structures for searching the elements.
Only graph. We can't use in the tree.
We can use it.
Okay. So how it will
Yes.
work?
So depth first search algorithm is and first go through the only depth side and search it, then move to the upside.
So what are the data structure they are utilizing to do those operations and how it will work? I want to know. I want to know.
DFS is using in tree data structures and graph data structures.
Okay.
It is it is only used for searching the elements.
Okay.
Yes.
How it's working? Like how it's searching the element. For example, in the graph or maybe the tree, how it will search. What is the process for it? It's taking the root nodes, it's putting inside the state
Queue,
stack or queue anywhere. Or
queue
then,
data structures.
then after what it's doing, those I'm asking.
First, it takes one node and put it inside the queue data structures and also put the null value for uh, for knowing so our tree and the graph is finished or not, and then uh, then inserting one loop and removing the elements from the queue and is inserting the node having some children.
Mhm.
So children put it inside the queue. Again, in children pick up inside the queue and remove it and insert in this node childs in queue and also null and in the last if I remove the queue elements and I get null, then we can stop the loop. So our elements is finished in tree or graph data structure.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask some other questions. Do you have idea about a Spring Boot?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me some annotation name which you have used as of now while doing any project or maybe while learning also.
Yeah. First, Spring Boot Spring Boot application and auto wide and configuration
Okay.
Service controller repository uh, rest controller
Okay.
and ID. That's it.
Okay. What is the use of AutoWire?
Auto-wide is used to uh, auto-wide is the feature of JPA. And it is used to create automatic class object. If we can declare in a Spring Boot one class, and if we want to create the automatic object, then we can declare at the rate auto-wide. So at the rate auto-wide, it created the object automatically when we can run our application.
Okay. So it's a feature of JPA. Hmm?
Yeah.
It's not a feature of JPA. JPA is a different things. JPA we are using to communicate with the database. Java persistence layer.
Okay.
That is not a part of JPA. It's a part of a Spring itself. Or a Spring Boot. So in core Java, we are using the new keyword to creating any object, right?
Yes. Yes.
But you didn't see any new keyword used in our Spring Boot object project.
No.
So with the help of the dependency injections, which is maybe the setter injection or constructor injection, internally they are creating the object with the help of AutoAdd or with the help of the lazy. We have two annotations. So AutoAdd also creating the object, lazy also creating the object. The difference is AutoAdd create the object before you use it. For example, maybe you don't want to require those particular object, but it will create automatically when your project is started. But
Yes.
lazy annotations will not create the object while starting your project. It will create the object when you need it. So whenever you have a requirement of those objects, then only it will create those object and it will give to you. Then you can utilize it.
Okay.
What is the use of REST controllers?
At the REST controller is used to handle the client request
Okay.
and
What are the
client
UTP
request
methods we have?
accept at the get mapping, put mapping, and the post mapping, delete mapping.
Okay. Do you use all those methods?
Yes.
What is the difference between post mapping or put mapping?
post mapping and put mapping.
Yeah.
Post mapping is used to when we can insert the any elements in our database,
Okay.
then we can use post mapping. And, and put mapping, if you want to access those elements in database and send to client, then we can use put mapping.
For database object modifying, if you want to modify some database object, that time we are using the put mapping. And for the
Yes.
new insertion or new object you are inserting in the database, that time you are using the post mapping.
Post mapping.
It's a slight difference, nothing else. Okay. Do
Yes.
you have idea about what are the features of a Spring Boot? Why a Spring Boot is so much famous?
A Spring Boot is a Java framework. It is used for quickly develop the applications. In previous, we have only a Spring tools. We have don't have a Spring Boot. So in a Spring, we have, if we want to create any application,
Okay.
then first we can configure those things in a Spring, like configuration, different types of configurations, and this is a very time consuming. So in next we have coming a Spring Boot. So a Spring Boot is the uh, quickly develop the applications. We have not we have not required to any configurations. We can directly work on our applications. So this region's famous is a Spring Boot.
Okay. Do you know a Spring Boot CLI?
No, sorry.
Do you know a Spring Boot actuator?
No.
Do you know a Spring Boot auto configurations?
Auto configurations. No.
Dependency management?
No. I have basic about. I have
Those
basic
are the
knowledge
features
about.
of a Spring Boot.
Yes.
So you have to focus like you know a Spring Boot, that is good enough, but as a theory part, at least for your motivation itself, you have to know about like what is the features of a Spring Boot, how it will help us to develop a project quickly, what is the reason behind it. We don't want to configure any server. What is the default server for the Spring Boot?
Localhost 8080.
That is different thing.
Tomcat server.
Tomcat.
Tomcat server.
So they are providing some 3 types of the server inbuilt.
Yes.
So
Yes, Tomcat
maybe,
server in our Spring Boot, that is inbuilt.
yeah. But if you go with a Spring or maybe if you go with some other technology, definitely you have to use the external server. You have to download the Tomcat, install in your system, and then you have to run your project. Okay. So
Yes.
all things are minimizing it. Do you have any questions?
No, thanks.
Okay. Thank you so much.